G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Well, this is the third video of my Yad PCTLC. I've made some changes. I've got to keep checking if it's working, but we're just going to have a quick look at the Solus one. I've set up a Solus VM here in Virt Machine Manager. I probably need to actually set up my folders, shared folders, so I'm just going to do that real quick. So for that you need to enable shared memory. I've set up this one here. That I've checked, I've set my home folder share. I've got two of them, but I'm using the one with the lowercase. The other one's probably I'm using for VirtualBox, I think. So I've done that. And now what I need to do in the VirtualBox is, so let's full screen that first. Let's open a terminal first. And I can't remember this. There's no way I can remember this command. I'll have to look it up because I can't remember that. Wrong machine. Let's have a quick look. Cherry tree. Yeah, there it is there for Virt Manager, Virtual Machine Manager, mount shared folder. We're going to do this one here. Sudo mount-t virt iofs share home PCTLC share. So that's hit enter on that one. Put in my password. Yes, I've got to, silly me. Helps if you got the folder in the virtual machine as well. So create new folder, call it share, enter that, and then we'll do that again. We'll just up arrow that command and enter, and there's your shared folder. And that'll be what's on my actual system, which is in here, and that shared folder there. Let's open that up, and that's the same. So that's how you do shared folders. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this Yad PCTLC. So I've made a few changes. Copy that into share, paste that. Okay, then we can copy that into home and paste it like so. Let's have a look at some of the changes we've made. Some of these, I think it's in Virt Manager scripts. I've got one here, VirtualBox. This one here, I've got an if and a then and an else if. I think that's how it's pronounced. I should have done this with a lot of scripts actually and had less folder script files. Yes, I should have done this with the files, the SH files, and had a lot less SH script files. But it doesn't matter. It is what it is now. But I'm going to try and do this moving forward. So I'm just going to check, update the repository, and then if it's if we're running on Solus, it'll use that. Okay, I just noticed there's a bit of an error there. So if it's that one, then do that, and then that would have to be else if sudo eopkg install wget, then sudo eopkg install wget. So I've got to change that on my main one in my main system as well. Every time I make a video, I'm doing things I didn't expect to do. always works out to be the case. Just when I think I've got everything worked out. Virt Manager scripts. Oh yes, that's it. That's too many commands for me. Okay, then do that, and else if sudo eopkg install wget, then do that, and then you just keep following on until you're finished, then fi for finished. I tried to do the command after that, which is how I had it, and I was messing around with a test one and my test one was in my home folder, this one here, and I figured out that they weren't working, so I had to keep juggling that around till I could figure out how it worked. So now that's correct now, hopefully. So what we'll do now is, now that we've got this in here, we'll copy the utility over. So that's I need to check if it's executive. Yep, it's executable. So what I'm going to do is copy this over. I'm going to open it in terminal, run that /cop copy utilities.sh, and then we're going to copy for Solus utility C, put in my password, and what it's doing there is it's going to install those and install Yad, which is what I want it to do, otherwise we can't copy it over. So we'll type yes to install Yad plus other dependencies, and then that should copy the script over, or the folder anyway. So it's installing Yad, and now it's finished. So now by rights we should have some utilities in this system here. Let's go full screen on that. So we'll go browser, Solus Browser Installer. Let's just see if the download works for this, because Vert Manager, so let's go to the Vert Manager utility. So the one that I was messing around with was the download, sorry, it's the VirtualBox one, sorry. VirtualBox utility it is, and I was download VirtualBox extension pack. Let's just see if that works. By rights we should get an extension pack downloading to our downloads folder. So let's enter that. And it checked the repository, good. And there's the extension pack. So that's the intention, and that's what it did. So I just wanted to make sure that those changes I made worked. That was in here, Vert Manager scripts and VirtualBox 1. Let's open with gedit, and then actually can we have a look at preferences and change editor, fonts and colors. Cobalt I think is better. Yeah, Cobalt's much better. So now you can see the statements. When you got that type of fonts and colors, you can actually see that everything's, should be working correctly. But that's what I just updated, and that's working fine. So I'm happy with that. Now the other thing I wanted to share with everybody here, what I'm up to is Solus scripts. Now Edge browser, open that, and Chrome. Let's open that. Now Edge and Chrome. Now what I've done here is I did a lot of research on this. I may need to increase the size of those fonts. Just give me a minute. I'm struggling to read. I've been criticised for not having big enough fonts, even though I actually zoom it in when I'm editing. So what I did here is I've added in all my scripts. I didn't have like an update. So if you fresh install Ubuntu or something like that, even Arch, you have to do at least one update to install something. Otherwise, if you don't refresh the repos, you don't have to update it and upgrade it, or upgrade. You don't essentially have to do your complete upgrade, but you just have to refresh the repos. And I noticed that I wasn't doing that in all of my scripts. I had to go through all of those, and anything I'm going to install, and it doesn't matter what it is, it's going to do an update, or pretty much for Ubuntu it's an update, and the other one is upgrade. But for Arch it's just do an SYU, and you don't have to update. It's just refresh, and you just click no, hit the end button for no. You don't want to upgrade your packages, you just want it to refresh. And in Solus it's just UR, which is what I've got here, update repos. So what I've done is I've made a directory called Edge. It'll create a directory called Edge, it will install wget, and then it'll download the .deb file, and then after that we install the bin utils. Now this thing, when I first when I was doing this, I left a space between there. I had a few things all over the place. I don't know what I was doing there. I reckon I've grabbed a different file or a different folder or something, and I'm now conscious of when I update something, I'm just working from my home folder, and then I'll distribute that to my backup and all that once I'm happy that it's right. And I work from the one folder. I've made a big mistake there. So what it's going to do is install bin utils, and then it's going to extract the .deb file. It's going to archive or extract the .deb file. Then that'll become a tar file from the .deb file, and then we're going to extract that tar file as well. And once that happens, you get all these folders here. So I've had to make all the new folders within all the directories as to where they're supposed to go, and then distribute it right through the whole system. I'm pretty happy with myself because I didn't actually do any research on this. I've looked at this in the past, and I've thought I got no clue what I'm supposed to do with a tar file, and that was a long time ago. Now I've learnt a little bit more about Linux. I thought I'm gonna give this a go, and I just thought it must be as simple as copying all these things in place. Now I'm no expert here, but I had to do this over and over and over till I got it right, and it was a matter of knowing. So this one here, I was trying to create a directory here, which is what I had. I didn't have this opt. Now I don't know whether you can create directories or not with a second one, because that's a directory and then that's a directory, but I think you have to actually, you can only create one directory, then you've got to have another command to create another directory on top of that, which is what I've done. So opt, and then opt Microsoft, and then all these copy into those locations. So that's how I've done that, and it's the same with Google Chrome. So I did the same thing there. So I'm pretty happy with myself that I actually got that working. You just cannot explain the feeling of when that thing shows up in the menu and it's like, oh, it worked. So that's what I did with that, and I shied away from doing that sort of stuff for a long time, and I thought I'm going to give it a go. Sometimes you just got to, try it. So that's what I've done there. So let's go to browser and see how that works. So Solus Browser Installer. Now I've only got the two. I haven't got all the others because pretty much in the Solus Software Center, Solus is a lot different to other distros. They built it from the ground up. It's their repos. The Software Center is well integrated within the system itself. So you can search, and they've got the third-party repos. They've got Google Chrome here. I just found doing it this way, it's a lot quicker to install. So sometimes this can be really slow. I don't know whether they've fixed that or not, but that's your third party, and then you got Edge as well if you want to use Edge. But all the other ones that I had in there, let's have a look. Search, Brave. See, they've got the Brave browser and Opera. Opera Stable, Vivaldi Stable. So they're all in here. I can't remember what the others were actually, but anyway, I did check that the others were in the Software Center, and in Solus it's fairly easy to download things from the Software Center. So I didn't bother going berserk with this thing here. But I probably could do that, but I just thought I'd keep it simple for this one. So anyway, let's install Edge, and we'll probably see an Edge folder come up here. So let's do that. And there's your Edge folder. So it's all going on inside this folder here. I hope this doesn't make a liar out of me. So there's the .deb file getting downloaded. And if we do a search in here, you won't find Edge anywhere. There's no Edge. And there's no Google Chrome either. Oops, yeah, it's one too many O's. Online accounts, but that's about it. So this is downloading the deb file. So we'll just wait for that to complete. Extra packages, bin utils. Yep, we need those. So type yes for that. Sorry, I need to be on here. Yes. So we'll install those. And there's all the files and folders there. And then it's going to just copy everything that needs to be done into the system. It's going to distribute it right through. Edge browser installed, it says. That's just an echo. So if you put an echo in there, you just echo what you want it to say. So it says Edge browser installed. If I didn't do it right, yeah, it says it's installed, but it may not be installed if I didn't do it right. Edge, Microsoft Edge, there it is. And that's Microsoft Edge up and running. So let's now do Google Chrome. And you'll probably see a Google folder show up here. There it is there. And we'll go into that. And that also downloads a .deb file. Google Chrome installed. And that's it. Let's have a look in the menu. Google Chrome. And that's Google Chrome installed. So as you can see there, that was a fairly quick install for those browsers. The rest can be done through the Software Center. Probably could add them to the... I could easily add them probably to the YAD file there, browser installer. Could. Maybe that's something I'll look at. So now we've got VirtualBox utility. So now we need to check kernel base. Right, so we need to check the kernel base. Now for Solus, if it's a current, choose current headers. So it says current. So for Solus, it's the current kernel. So what we need to do is we need to install current headers in Solus. So this one here is install VirtualBox with Solus Software Center. So that will take you to the Software Center, and you can search for VirtualBox. Enter that. And you need VirtualBox current, which is this one here, and then you install that. Install. And that should be VirtualBox installed. VirtualBox. And there we go. Close that thing. So that's VirtualBox installed. So if you need to install the current headers, you can click on here, or the long-term support headers. I'm not quite sure, but I think that might have been just in case there's an issue with VirtualBox down the track. I don't think we need to install the headers because I'm pretty sure they're installed. I can't remember why I added that, but it might be just down the track. Unless we need them, I'm not sure. Let's just do that and see what happens. Oh, maybe you do need to run that. It's complete anyway. Installing Linux current headers. So maybe you do need that. It doesn't hurt to install it anyway. And that's the current headers installed. So that's the reason why I've got this check kernel, so we know which one to install and which VirtualBox to install in the Software Center as well. VirtualBox, I don't think there should be anything different there. And Let's close that. So VirtualBox looks like it's up and running okay. And then we've got Virtual Machine Manager, the utility here. Install Virt Manager Solus. Let's type yes for that. Now, another thing I've added is there's a network error. So when you're running Virt Manager and you try to open one of your installed systems on Virt Manager, it'll tell you that there's no network. So this allows you to get the network up and running. And then what I've done is I've added this one as well, because I had to do that every time on startup. But then I found the command to auto start it, so you can auto start that so you don't ever get network errors when starting your VM. So that's what I did with that one. So let's have a look, see if Virtual Machine Manager installed. Virtual Machine Manager, it's connecting, and it looks like it's connected with no errors. I like that. Let's just check the status of libvirtd. It's active and running, and it's disabled. Disabled means it's that one there is it's not going. Disabled means it's active and running, but it won't be active and running if you do a reboot. To do that, you need to say enable libvirtd, which will make it active and running when booting. So libvirtd is enabled. So if we do that status again, now it's enabled. Okay. This enabled and disabled means it's either disabled when booting the system and it's the service is not running, or it's enabled and it will be running when the system boots. What's the reason for that? And you can add your shared folder to FS tab. Mount shared folder. That's that command that I did earlier for the shared folder. But yeah, not much good doing that when you have to do it before I've actually installed my utilities. So it's there just in case I need to check what the command is anyway. So we can add shared folder. Oh, that's the so adding shared folder, VM only, add shared folder to FS tab. So what this does is mount Virt Manager shared folder. That should be auto mount on startup. I probably should change that. And then we click this one, and then then we click the FS tab command. So that's the command. So we want to copy this command here. Let's just make it a bit bigger. So this command here we copy and paste into here. So we scroll that down and we copy and paste into there, and that way your shared folder will open up in your VM every time you start up. That's if you want it starting up every time. So that just helps bring up this so you know what to copy and paste. So yeah, mount shared folder. So mounting the shared folder is the command I did earlier in the terminal. Let's have a quick look at that. Up arrow, and that's that command there. But pretty much that command's run because I needed the shared folder to actually get this PCTLC, Yad PCTLC, into the VM. So it's a bit pointless that being there, but I put it there anyway just in case. If I put this on Google Drive, or if I work out how to put that on GitHub, I don't know whether GitHub won't allow you to do any more than 100 files in a folder. So you can't upload a folder with more than 100 files. Done the research on that. But I might be able to add everything one by one or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that. But in the meantime, I might put it up on Google Drive and put a link down there in the description. May do that. I've got to make some changes first. And I might change this here as well. So that one was add shared folder to FS tab. Add shared folder command, that should be FS tab auto mount. Okay, so all seems to be working pretty well there. I'm pretty happy with the progress of that. So hopefully I can make some changes to that and then put it on Google Drive and add a link in the description. So just keep an eye out on that. So this video might be uploaded a few days later if I get stuck with anything. And then you got Flatpak, install Flatpak for Solus, restart to complete setup, add the Flatpak repo, please log out to complete remote, Flatpak remote. Well, let's do that. Let's quickly log out and let's do some Flatpaks. Let's install something quick. GIMP. Do you want to install it? Yes and yes. That's just 2 enters because the Y was the capital, so that's the default. So all you have to do is press enter. Just make sure that installs, because if that works, everything else will work. I'm pretty sure of that. So what I might do is make some changes to a couple of buttons in the Vert Manager utility. Make sure that's correct, and then I might upload that folder to Google Drive and then share the link and then add it in my previous video, just so I can see whether it works. To see whether we can actually share that link in YouTube video. I'm pretty sure you can. Who knows these days? So please log out for GIMP to appear in the menu. I don't think we have to. It'll probably be there, I'm pretty sure. And there's GIMP. And I have to say, GIMP starts the fastest in Solus, I have to say. It's a little bit slower in the other distros, or the other bases anyway. Let's just do a quick one. I'll install Cherry Tree as well. That shouldn't take long. Boy, that one took a while to download, I must say. So there we go. So Cherry Tree, let's check that out. And there's a reason why I'm installing a couple of these. And there's Cherry Tree. So now what I did here is I added this one here, list Flatpak Apps. So there's the Flatpak apps that are installed. And it lists it in a very simple way, just the name of the app and the application ID, that's all. The other thing I haven't done is, even though I'm a big believer in uninstalling things or removing things, I haven't done that in this one. It'll probably be a fairly huge window, but I might look at doing that in the future, removing the Flatpaks as well. But maybe in the future, when I've got a bit more time up my sleeve, I might add the remove buttons for the Flatpaks as well. I know I'm probably on repeat here with the Yad PCTLC. I've been doing some other things for my next videos coming up. Just been working on that, but this was I had to document this on video as well, so if I ever need to know what I've been up to, I can look on YouTube. I'll even have the video, because I keep all my videos on local disk anyway, so I can look up and see, you know, what I've done, if I need to know anything, what I did back then or whatever. Yes, I suppose these videos are a bit repetitive at this point, but there are reasons why I'm doing it. And then I'll be moving on to other things once I've completed this and I can get it uploaded to Google Drive and put a link in the description. So just look for a link in the description in the next couple of weeks. It might be there when I upload the video. I may wait till I've completed that to upload the video, and then the link will be with it as well. So just keep an eye out for that. Anyway, that's it for the Solus PCTLC. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting and informative. Thanks for watching.